Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Gunnar, and I'll be doing my next installment of my Let's Talk About Me series. This is a video series where I have the opportunity and the privilege to tell you about my life, share some stories, and or try to help you guys understand how I function on a day-to-day basis. So with that in mind, in the previous episode, we did talk about the jobs that I've occupied and or am occupying as of the moment. And, working is definitely a different inevitability that I think we all understand, but at the same extent, the characteristics of it are definitely hard to really comprehend. And hopefully in the next couple of decades that work will no longer be something functioned by a large number of humans, but hopefully that the human race will look at it and go, technology can take our place, and I'm hoping that will definitely be pressed on over the next couple of decades for the future generations. Now with that in mind, guys, that's where I stand. In this video, YouTube is going to be my prime concern. I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I jumped into it and what precautions I took, and were they a good idea or a bad idea. And, we've all made mistakes. Obviously, I've made a fair share of them as well. I'm not perfect, just like anybody. But to jump right into it, let's start from the infant stages of my channel and digress from the standpoints. So, I'm just like you guys, and I think it's always hard for people to understand this in some perspectives. I always think everybody looks at it and goes, no, you make videos, so you're apparently somehow higher than the community. Which, that's not true. I'm just saying from different standpoints. You guys have seen those comments on YouTube. Probably not my videos, but you've seen them on the bigger commentators where people say that you've changed, or they go into this long list, or the people will make videos harassing the other YouTubers that are significantly larger than them. And that's always interesting. I don't think people understand that we're just like you guys. We just happen to make videos and we happen to have equipment and software that pretty much does the job for us, but our perspective is just to get gameplay and commentate over it. Nothing too crazy. But I guess to really jump into what I'm really trying to tell you guys is that, I watch my fair share of videos just like you guys. I watch more than enough videos. I spend way too many hours a day watching content. And it's not because I'm trying to see what everybody else is doing. I generally like watching videos. TV is becoming something of the past. I don't think there's really anything on TV that I watch too much. I do like a couple of series, like The Walking Dead Revolution is one that I love, and hopefully they will continue making them. And there's a lot more, like Mythbusters, stuff like that, from time to time I watch. But now, a long time, and the baseline that, many people are watching stuff online. They're watching movies that are torrented maybe, and myself included, I do that sometimes, not always, so don't take that out of context. But I do like doing a lot of things on the computer, and I feel like the TV generation is leaving us while the internet is jumping into our life, and I think most of us have pretty much figured that out since technology has evolved at such a high capacity. Now, granted, where does this stand? I produce content on a day-to-day basis, at least I try to. The first 2 years that I did YouTube, I didn't do this too hard. I didn't go at it as hard as I could. I made a lot of mistakes, and if I could go back, I would have completely changed how I did stuff. Now, some of you guys might ask, what were your problems? What did you do that was such a bad thing? And it's not like I made videos talking about other YouTubers. You can check every one of my videos, and there's only one that I appeal to. There's only one video I've ever made like that, but it was a truth video. It was to get you guys informed. Anyone that's been around for a long period of time will know that video. And everything's okay now. Me and that centralized user are a lot better, but I'm not going to take the video down because at the moment that is what happened. Now, to some people that sounds like a bad thing to say considering that everything's on a good standard, but you gotta realize that video is significantly old. It's probably going up on 6-8 months now, so it's a pretty old video. It's not like it's a big deal now, and I don't imagine it'll ever be a big deal in any circumstance. But I don't make videos like that. I don't talk about controversial things. Definitely will never talk about religion, because that can destroy your channel just by saying one centralized thing about that. I will never do that in my lifespan on YouTube, I can promise you that. But with that in mind, there are just things that you cannot talk about on YouTube. Now, again, let's jump onto the baseline. How have I evolved? Well, my first 2 years of videos, I've made a lot of mistakes in a sense that, I didn't take it too serious. I really didn't. I jumped into this people will like me. I just have this mentality of it. Because I've gotten lucky in the past. I've done things. I've won competitions. I've done all this fun stuff. And I've gotten really lucky. I wish I could really press on to you guys how lucky I've gotten in the past, like school stuff and all that. I got lucky, and, it's always fun. But I just imagined everything would work out in my favor. Unfortunately, it didn't, because YouTube is all about marketing. It's all about how you meet people, how you jump into the career. And if you've taken marketing classes, YouTube is still extremely hard. There is no understanding of the internet. The internet is unregulated. It is not something that you can understand. We think we understand it. We have no idea how to understand YouTube, the internet in general. It's so complex, it's so frustrating at moments where, that's just how it works. Now, of course, it's all about the person behind the screen, the other guy that, I'm talking to you. You guys don't know what I look like, but I don't know what you look like either. And that's the whole point. You can put on a different appeal. You're anonymous. I don't know who you are. That's what happens. Whatever you write on a video, that's what I know you by, which is unfortunate. It's kind of weird that way, but that's how it works. Now, let's jump into the main gist of it. When you digress into YouTube, you really jump into crowds, you jump into this, and what I tried to do with my channel is I really wanted to just talk. I wanted to talk to you guys, make video series. I didn't want to do super edits. I'm not a montage guy. I don't play zombies. I don't do any of this stuff because I don't like it. I legitimately cannot do it. I can't edit. You guys figured that out. I definitely don't like zombies just because I don't have that much time nowadays, or I just don't like it. I like to level up, and that's where I digress. I produced a lot of videos, and the mistakes that I've made is I didn't take YouTube serious, as I told you guys before, but I didn't write tags. Tags make your videos popular. They do whatever. They basically make it so people find you. That's why that giveaway video did so well, because it's a giveaway video for one, but two, the tags were immensely dedicated on that one, because I wanted you guys to find that video. That's why. Now, of course, you can do all the other stuff like thumbnails. You can really digress into the community. You can talk about yourself. And, since I've been in a lot of networks help me in some cases, but looking back, if I could not do networks, I would have never have done them, because networks are horrifically bad. At least the ones that I joined. There are good networks out there. There's a difference between like a legit network and a network that a bunch of little children are making. That's a big difference. And the ones that I jumped into were not established. They were not big networks. They didn't have any profit behind them. They were botted accounts. You guys have been around for a sufficient amount of time. The veterans on my channel will know what networks I've been in. And there's probably one that was okay, but it was still a botted account. It was fake, and it had no baseline to ever grow. And I'm not saying that as a rude inevitability. I'm not trying to put them down, but it's pretty obvious. I've been in networks in the past where they've straight up told me that their stuff is botted. If you guys don't know what botting means on YouTube, it's basically where you have an auto clicker that refreshes the page multiple times, and it shows cases that you have like thousands of views on your channel, but in reality you look at the likes and the comments and it has like 6 likes and like 5 or 6 comments. Those are botted accounts. Those are as fake as you can get, and that's pretty much what happens. People try to tell you that, no, people just don't like our videos, whatever. That's bullshit. Your shit is so fake. So you should just leave YouTube if you make botted accounts, because it's completely pointless and you're never going to grow from that standpoint. But if I could go back, I would have never have joined these networks. Now, granted, some of you guys probably never would have found me, but a very small amount of you from those networks probably still watch me. So that's how that stands. But when Machinima picked me up, that was a great opportunity, and I capitalized on that as soon as it came. And some of you guys will wonder, why did Machinima pick you? I don't know why they picked me. I asked myself that a lot. I don't know why they appealed to me in such a way, while there are other channels that have 1,000 or 5,000, 10, 15,000 subs that are active. And maybe it's because I've been around for a long time. Producing videos is different for the quality side than just quantity. When people just produce a few amount of videos, maybe a month, but they get a lot of views, that's great, but Machinima looks to, or any network that has a financial baseline that Google sponsors, they need to sell ad spots. That's their job. They need to sell this stuff. That's kind of what marketing does, and I think people really don't understand marketing when they think about that. Obviously networks, all this stuff that are legit ones, that's why they take projects. That's why they have movie trailers over their video. That's why at the end of them, sometimes they sponsor these random games that you're like, the fuck are you sponsoring? This looks weird. Well, it appeases to a small audience, but it's still ads. And that's kind of how this stuff works. That's what YouTube's all about. It's an advertisement platform. It may not be like some networks. It may not be like, a marketing magazine where 90% of it's advertising, but YouTube is on the horizon of becoming this platform. It's never going to be to the point where I think people are overwhelmed by ads, because guess what? When you leave your house, you're exposing yourself to billions of ads. You see thousands and thousands of ads every single day, but guess what? You don't look at them in the same way, because that poster on your wall, guess what? There's a good chance that's probably advertising, but you don't look at it that way. You're like, that's a really good magazine. I like that game, or I like that female actor or actress or whatever. You get the point. But I guess that's how I jump into this. Do I enjoy YouTube? Yes. Will I continue making videos for as long as I can? Of course I will. Do I look forward to becoming a bigger channel? obviously. I think producing more videos, having a bigger baseline, and really jumping into the community will really give me an advantage, a competitive advantage, but it'll also put me in the same shoes as a lot of people. You know, some people are always like, oh, you should be doing YouTube for fun. Well, I've done YouTube for fun forever, and I think people don't understand that my paycheck for YouTube or machinima is not what many people think. I promise you guys it's enough to eat out a few times a week, but it's not enough to be like, yep, I can quit my job, because at that point, the point in which I can quit my job, you guys don't understand that I have to get a ridiculous amount of views per video. You know, for people that do minimum wage, I know about when they can quit their job, but for me, it's not as easy. It's a little bit more like, man, for somebody like me to quit my job would be something pretty phenomenal. It would have to be to the baseline that a lot of you guys would have to watch every single day, and that's just kind of where I stand. And I know you guys don't want to hear about that, but anyway, as in the sense of who was my inspiration, did I jump into YouTube? Again, jumped in because I like the community, I wanted to jump into it, but who gave me the inspiration to do so? Easily, it was Hutch. Hutch was that one guy. I don't remember how I found his channel, but I found it, and I liked it. He seemed like a common guy, and you know, it's always interesting to go back to see those really old videos when people didn't know what noise removal was. The microphones were atrociously horrible. Quality was terrible on every platform. There was nobody that was leading quality on YouTube at that time. And I'm talking like, I don't know, 5, 7 years ago. Like, quality just sucked. It was terrible on YouTube. It was so bad. But that's besides the point. But, you know, Hutch was the guy that I got into. I like his videos now. I'm glad that, you know, things have worked out for him in the past. I'm glad he's happy now. And that's great. XCal, Blame Truth were definitely there as well. Unfortunately, they don't do Call of Duty or any games that I'm really interested in as of the moment. But, you know, they were really good back in the day, and I appreciate what they did for the entertainment factor of keeping me entertained and making me a better player. I think that's where I stand. Those are my inspirations, and that's where I stand, and I'll continue to make videos. But, you know, I like to jump into different markets. I want to jump into, like, the editing department, but unfortunately Crywash is so busy nowadays, that's a little hard to get a hold of him. But in regards to anything else, I look forward to any future projects that I currently occupy. I look forward to doing more work with other channels, and, of course, I look forward to having you guys enjoy the videos along the way. So I guess that's this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you guys have any other questions that maybe I didn't answer, I did my best, but you know, I would be more than happy to appeal to them in the comments below. And I guess till then, guys, if you haven't checked out the May event video, it's in the link in the description. It's been updated by some awesome guy that clicked on the video and was unfamiliar, and he told me that it was the wrong link, so thank you. I appreciate that much. But anyway, guys, check the link in the description to the May event. Everything else is down there. And in regards to anything else, I'll see you guys in the next episode. This is NMO, and I'll be signing out, guys. Peace.